Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marana YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about SOLAS regulation for fixed form type fire extinguishing system. So SOLAS regulation for fixed form firefighting system. So let's discuss in detail. So it should be capable of generating foam suitable for extinguishing oil fire. So here what we say is here form type means they should be capable of generating foam suitable for extinguishing oil fire. And this fire in the protected space that should not affect the foam generating equipment. We have to ensure that fire in the protected space that should not affect the foam generating equipment. The foam generator, its source of power supply, foam and means of controlling shall be readily accessible and simple to operate. And high expansion foam system is high expansion foam system in machinery space. It should be capable of rapidly discharging at a rate of at least 1 meter in depth per meter. Okay, high expansion foam is it is placed in machinery space. They shall be capable of rapidly discharging at a rate of at least 1 meter in depth per minute. Expansion ratio of foam shall not exceed 1000:1 for high expansion ratio. So the expansion ratio of foam shall not exceed 1000:1 for high expansion. A low expansion foam system is they should be capable of discharging at a rate of 150 mm in depth per 5 minutes, capable of discharging at a rate of 150 mm in depth per 5 minutes, and expansion ratio of foam shall not exceed 12:1. Expansion ratio of foam shall not exceed 12:1. This is the what happens in case of low expansion foam system and high expansion foam system. Foam fixture firefighting system in ship with the lane diagram. So let's see of the basic lane diagram of a foam fixture firefighting system used in ship. So let's discuss about this in a basics. We know that foam fixture firefighting systems are very effective and popular fixture firefighting system in war and field. Like I mentioned, the foam gives smothering and cooling effect to the applied area. It can be used in open areas like deck as well as closed areas like engine room. So okay, foam fixture firefighting extinguishers are effective and popular. That is very popular that we can use in marine field, and this gives smothering and cooling effect to the applied area. They can be used in open areas like deck as well as closed areas like engine room. Here we can say foam room. Here we can say vent, filling cap, drain and roll, flushing lane, foam solution, from foam liquid lane, water, and then proportional is there, fire pump. Okay, from the steering gear there is a fire pump. From the fire pump we can see to the fire main we can see, and to the proportional is there. Okay, then from the this is what the picture is basic some idea about. So here foam solution itself that won't make foam. It requires water and air for making proper foam, that in a proper ratio. Okay, foam solution itself doesn't make foam, it requires water and air for making foam in a perfect ratio. Okay, here main components of foam system are foam tank, foam pump, proportioner, seawater pump, foam monitor, non-return valve spring and isolation valve. The main components are foam tank, foam pump, proportioner, seawater pump, foam monitor, non-return valve spring, isolation valve. Foam tank means it's a storage tank. Foam tank, it's a storage tank of foam solution having a level gauge to check the level of foam solution. Okay, foam tank means it is a storage tank of foam solution. They will have a level gauge to check the level of foam solution. There is a filling cap to refill the foam solution. We have to ensure that there is a filling cap is there, so we can fill the foam solution. And vent is provided to avoid over pressurization and under pressurization of stroke. So an air vent is provided for over pressurization and to avoid under pressurization. Okay, a drain is also provided with help where you can check the foam solution and drain out valve system if it seems to be damaged. So at the bottom there is a drain, so that in case if you see that foam is solution is damaged, so we can drain the valve solution. Okay, this is what about foam tank means. It is a storage tank of foam solution. They will have a level gauge to check the level of foam solution, and there will be filling cap to refill the foam solution, and vent is provided to avoid over pressurization and under pressurization of the tank, and drain is also provided with the help of which you can check the foam solution and drain out the valve solution if it seems to be damaged. Then foam pump. Foam pump, it is a centrifugal pump. They are having suction from foam tank and fire lane. It is a centrifugal pump having suction from foam tank and fire lane. The suction from fire lane is only for flushing and testing purpose of pump. Here the suction for fire lane is only for flushing and testing purpose of pump. In some system, instead of pump ejectors are provided in fire lane to suck out foam from fire lane. Okay, foam pump means it is a centrifugal pump having suction from foam tank and fire lane. Suction from fire lane is only for flushing and testing purpose of pump. In some system, instead of pump ejectors are provided in the fire lane to suck out foam from the fire lane. Proportional means improper water and foam mixture can't make a proper foam. This is done with the help of proportional. Water and foam mixing ratios can be adjusted using this. Proportional means improper water and foam mixture can't make a proper foam. This is done with the help of proportional. Water and foam mixing ratios can be adjusted using this. Okay. Seawater pump. This may be a fire pump or emergency fire pump which give enough water in the foam lid. Seawater pump means this means a fire pump or from emergency pump. They will give enough water in the foam lid. Foam monitor. Mixing of air takes place in foam monitor. Foam monitor can be rotated to 360 degrees Celsius, 360 degrees and have an elevation of minus 45 degree to plus 70 degree. Okay. Foam monitor means mixing tank of air takes place in the foam monitor. So the mixing of air takes place in the foam monitor. Foam monitors, they can be rotated to 360 degrees, rotation is available and have an elevation temperature of minus 45 degree to plus 70 degrees Celsius. Low, medium and high expansion foam fixture firefighting system. Okay. The ratio of mixing with water determines whether the foam generator is high expansion foam, medium expansion foam or low expansion foam. We have to understand that the ratio of mixing with water that will determine whether the foam generator is high expansion foam, medium expansion foam or low expansion foam. Low expansion foam are using in open areas like duct because it is having heavier density. If high expansion foam is used because of low density, it may get thrown by the wind. Okay. We need to understand that low expansion foams are used in the duct or an open area because it is having heavier density. So high expansion foam, if you use high expansion foam, the density is less, so it will get thrown away by the effect of wind. High expansion foam are used in closed space like engine room. Okay. The foam with high expansion ratio between 1.2 and 1:20 is called low expansion foam. We need to understand that expansion ratio between that is 1:2 and 1:20 is within this range is known as low expansion foam. Okay, that foam with expansion ratio of 1:20 is to 1:200 is called medium expansion. That means ratio 1:20 to 1:200 in between we say medium expansion foam. Above 1:200 is known as high expansion foam. Okay. Now, why low expansion foam is used on duct and high expansion on engine room? Like I mentioned, why low expansion foam is used on duct and high expansion foam on the engine room? Okay. High expansion foam, since its expansion ratio being high and density being low, they will be blown off by air if we use it on duct. And high expansion foam used in engine room because engine room being a closed compartment, so that foam can completely fill the seat. High expansion foam means their expansion ratio being high but the density is low, so due to air they will be blown off if you place it in a duct. High expansion foam is used in engine room because engine room being closed compartment, foam can completely fill the same. In cargo holds, usually high or low expansion foam used dependently purely on the type of cargo carried. Mixing low ratio, the ratio means for low expansion like I mentioned, ratio is 1:20, medium 1:20 is to 1:200, high expansion foam means 1:200 to 1:1000. Okay. Like I mentioned, in cargo hold, the usage of whether it is high expansion foam or low expansion foam, that usage depends upon the type of cargo we are carrying. The mixing ratio for low expansion is 1:20 and for medium expansion is between 1:20 to 1:200. High expansion foam is from 1:200 to 1:1000. So let's discuss about the checks and maintenance for foam fixed fire extinguisher system. Checks and maintenance for foam fixed fire extinguisher system. So let's discuss about checks and maintenance for fixed foam fire extinguisher system. So weekly checks are there. We can check all the valves for the freeness and check whether it is in correct position, either it is in normally open or closed, and check whether marking on the valves are visible. Check the level of foam liquid inside the storage tank. Weekly check means check all the valves for freeness and check whether it is in correct position, either normally open or closed. Check whether the markings on the valve are visible and check the level of foam liquid inside the storage tank. Monthly check means check if the electrical supply of the foam solution pump is normal. We have to check that the electrical supply to that foam solution pump it is normal. Start the fire pump and line up water to the foam hydrant. Check if the isolation valve are holding and make sure that no trace of foam is coming out. We have to ensure that start the fire pump and line up water to the foam hydrant. Check if isolation valves are holding and make sure that no trace of foam is coming out. Monthly means you have to check if the electrical supply to the foam solution pump, that is foam liquid pump is normal. Start the fire pump and line up water to the foam hydrant. Check if isolation valve holding and make sure that no trace of foam is coming out. Half yearly check means we have to line up and run the system for 3 minutes and ensure that
proper foam is produced, and check foam liquid strainer and clean whenever necessary, and check all molters for free movement. Half yearly check. Within 6 months we have to check, means we have to line up and run the system for the period of 3 minutes and ensure that proper foam is produced. We have to check the foam liquid strainer and clean whenever it is possible, whenever necessary or required. Then check all motors for free movement. Annual inspection means foam pump monitor to be greased. We have to apply grease to it, the foam pump motor, and send the foam sample for analysis. We have to understand that whether the proper damage, whether it is had damage and all. So proper analysis should be done. Thank you.